Ito. Sige, diretso. We're gonna go to number 5. Okay? Sabi na number 5, the following are considered as an elusive object in crime scene investigation. Pag sinabing elusive, pre, ibig sabihin dyan, hard, okay, or difficult to collect. Example, okay, object in crime scene investigation, except, alin daw dyan yung hindi elusive object sa crime scene? That is, testimonial evidence. Bakit? Salita naman yan eh. Hindi naman yan object. Hindi yan napupulot. Okay? Testimony yan. Ibig sabihin, sinasabi yan. Okay? So, si physical, siyempre, pasok. Object, pasok. And associative. Tatandaan nyo, pre, okay? Yung tinatawag natin na tropam. Pag sinabing tropam, yun yung pala tandaan ninyo kapag tinasabi natin physical evidence. Okay? Ito yung iba't ibang tawag ng physical evidence. Tinatawag yun na tangible, real, object, physical, autoptic, and material. Lahat ng yan, ang pangalan niya, the same lang yung physical evidence. That is the highest form of evidence. So, balikan nyo si tropang, pre, ha? So, sabi dyan, consider daw as an elusive exempt. Yun nga lang may exempt. Correct answer is testimonial. Bakit? Hindi naman yan nakikita sa crime scene. Sinasabi yan ng isang witness. It's either ordinary or expert. Okay? Testimonial evidence. Sagot dyan. We're gonna go to number 7. 7. Sabi dyan, when carbon monoxide is absent in the blood of the dead body, walang carbon monoxide sa kanyang dugo na nakita. Okay. So, this will be strong circumstantial evidence that the person, ano daw, namatay daw yung tao na nakita sa, sunog na structure, ngunit walang bakas or walang nakita na carbon monoxide sa kanyang dugo. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin dyan, that, okay, the person was dead before the fire began. Ibig sabihin, kung walang nakita na carbon monoxide or spot sa kanyang dugo, ibig sabihin, patay na siya bago pa nagsunog. Kasi nga, hindi na ka na makakalanghap ng carbon monoxide, okay, kapag patay ka na. Kasi hindi na gumagana yung mga vital organs ng katawan mo. Okay? So, number 7, the correct answer for that is alpha. Kasi nga, absent eh. Walang carbon monoxide na nakita. Ibig sabihin, patay ka bago nagsimula yung sunog. Makinig, ano daw kadalasan, okay, most common reason kung bakit of fire deaths. Ano daw kadalasan rason kung bakit may namamatay sa sunog? Sagot dyan, pre, because of asphyxiation. Pag sinabing asphyxiation, nawawalan ka ng oxygen. Yan yung kadalasan na rason kung bakit may namamatay sa sunog. Asphyxiation ang tawag. Ano naman ang tawag sa sunog na merong mga casualties? Casualties. Fire that has casualties. Human casualties. Ang tawag naman dyan sa sunog na merong namatay na mga tao, ang tawag dyan, fatal fire. Fatal fire ang tawag kapag merong human casualties. Okay? So, the correct answer for that pre is alpha. Alpha tayo dyan. Next, number 8. A, deliberately cut the genital. Cut. Pinutol the genital of B while sleeping. What crime will be charged and committed by the former? Ano daw krimen ang ginawa kapag pinutol mo yung genital o yung reproductive organ ng isang tao? That is, okay, mutilation. Kapag mutilation, pre, pwede yung makumit. Okay, meron tayong tinatawag na castration. Meron din tayong tinatawag na mayhem. Kapag castration, ang pinutol dito, pre, is reproductive organ. Ang pinutol, castration ang tawag. Kapag mayhem naman, okay, nagputol ka in order to weaken the defense. Kapag makita mo yung word na weaken the defense na yan, mayhem yan. Kapag naman, ang pinutol is reproductive organs, ang tawag castration. Yung dalawa na yan, pasok yan sa crime of mutilation. Paano natin masasabi na ang isang krimen is serious physical injury? If the person, okay, ang tao is nangangailangan ng more than ilang araw? 30 days of treatment. Kapag more than 30 days ang treatment sa tao, ang tawag doon, serious physical injury. Tanda na, kapag more than 30 days of treatment, serious physical injury yan. Okay? So, sagot dyan, mutilation. Bakit? Pinutol. Cut the genital of B. Next, ito. Rodney killed his adopter after the rendition of judgment of the petition for adoption. Adopter ang pinatay. Okay? What was the crime committed by Rodney? Ano sagot niyo? Parricide, murder, homicide. Ha? Ano sagot niyo? Ha? Correct answer for that is homicide. Walang parricide pre sa adopter-adoptee relationship. Tatanda na, ganito, pagalin natin. Okay. Putik. Walang parricide. Sa anong pagkakataon? Brother, sister. Pinatay mo, brother, sisters, walang parricide dyan. Ano pa? Walang parricide sa uncles and aunties. Walang parricide din doon. Ano pa? Step parent and child relationship. Walang parricide dyan. Step parent, step child. Wala ding parricide kapag second wife of Muslim. Hanggang pang 99 na asawa pa yan ng isang Muslim, walang parricide doon. Magpaparricide lang sa una. Okay? Ano pang walang parricide, pre? Walang parricide sa adopter. Adoptee relationship. So, walang parricide dyan. So, lahat ng yan, walang parricide, pati na yung common law wife. Kung nakikita ninyo sa tanong, pre, okay, walang sinabi dyan na qualifying circumstance, kaya walang murder. Okay, ang sinabi lang dyan, killed his adopter. Okay, adopter. Yung mampon, no? So, walang parricide doon. Kasi ang parricide, okay, that is a crime of relationship. Okay, tatandaan mo lang yung keyword natin, pre, na spam. Paano natin masasabi na automatic magpaparicide siya? Ganito yan, ha? Ang tatandaan yung spam. Kapag ang pinatay is spouse, papa, anak, and mama, automatic parricide yan. Huwag mo nang isipin kung paano pinatay. Basta ang pumatay at ang pinatay is spouse, papa, anak, or mama. Huwag mo nang isipin kahit legitimate or illegitimate, automatic parricide yan. May problema lang tayo kay anak. Kasi si anak dapat, okay, not less than 72 hours yan. Kasi kapag anak mo yan, tapos pinatay mo yan, less than 72 hours, wala nang parricide doon, infanticide na. Okay? So, kailan mag-automatic si parricide? Kapag ito yung pinatay. Spam, ha? Spouse, papa, anak, mama. Si anak, dapat hindi siya less than 72 hours. Kasi kapag less than, anong kaso? Infanticide yon. Kailan siya hindi automatic? Not automatic. Hindi yan automatic kay ascendants and descendants. Sir, bakit hindi automatic sa kanila? Kasi kailangan dyan legit only. So, kailangan mo pang i-determine kung yung lola, lolo mo, legit ka bang apo o hindi. Okay? Hindi siya automatic na magpapa-resign. Pero kapag mama, papa, tsaka anak, huwag mo nang isipin kung legit or illegitimate man. Diretso na siya. Papasok sa pa-resign. Saan ka lang hindi mag-automatic? Kaya ascendants, lola, lolo, and descendants, mga apo mo. Okay? So, ganyan. Kapag merong qualifying circumstance, tapos ang pinatay spouse, papa, anak, mama, kahit may qualifying circumstance, huwag mo nang isipin yon. Ang iisipin mo, sino bang pinatay. Kasi sa parricide, killing of relationship yan. Okay? Si murder lang, may QC, qualifying circumstance. Si homicide naman, no qualifying circumstance. Okay? Not parricide. Ano pa? Not infanticide. And no justifying circumstance. So, sa senaryo nakikita ninyo, adapter, walang sinabi na qualifying circumstance kaya homicide ang sagot. Kapag may sinabi na dyan na qualifying circumstance, example, by the use of poison, pinatay yung kanyang adapter, mamumurder na tayo doon. Kasi meron ng qualifying circumstance. Pero sa tanong, wala eh. Kaya, dito tayo sa homicide. Basta adapter relationship, walang parricide doon. Walang parricide doon. Okay? Pati yung step-parent, child, sisters, mga relatives, walang parricide. Okay? Number 10, Clara hates that she got pregnant when she was only 20 years old due to hatred that she felt. She asked her brother Ringo to kill her 3-day-old son. Ang pinatay bata na 3 araw. What was the crime committed by Ringo? Ringo ang tinanong. Ano? Anong sagot? Murder. Bakit? 3-0. Sabihin, umabot ng 3 araw. Okay? Tapos ang tinanong, si Ringo. Kapag si mother yan, si Clara, paparecide siya kapag Clara. Ang tanong. Pero ang tanong si Ringo eh. Okay? 3-day-old son. That is, tawag dyan kapag ang bata is under sa tender age niya, okay? Less than 12 years old. Tender age yung bata, ang qualifying circumstance dyan, treachery. Or alevossia. Okay, yan yung qualifying circumstance kapag pinatay mo ang bata na less than 12 years old. Treachery yan. Okay, pero kapag ang tinanong dyan, Clara, parricide siya. Ha, tatandaan ha? Kapag ang tinanong, anong crime ang ginawa ni Clara kasi siya yung mama, parricide. Kasi nga 3-day-old yung bata umabot ng 3 araw. Pero si Ringo ang tinanong, kaya mamamurder tayo. Kasi si Ringo, is considered as a stranger. Hindi niya, pamangkin niya ng bata. Hindi niya anak. Kaya stranger. Kaya yung murder siya. Pero kapag mama ang tinanong, parricide yun. Kasi umabot ng 3 days old eh. Pero kapag less than 3 days old yan, kahit sino pa ang tinanong, kahit si Ringo, infanticide, pati yung mama niya. Kasi less than 3 days old eh. Okay, so sa tamang sagot dyan, murder. Next, which of the following are not considered as crimes against person under the RPC? Saan? Okay, that is Delta. Bakit? RA 9262 yan. That is Special Penal Laws, SPL. Ang tinanong RPC. Mapelo ni. Okay? Si rape, homicide, and parricide, they are crimes against person. Okay? Title 8 yan. Of RPC. Si Delta, ano yan? Bausi. RA 9262. Special Penal Laws yan. Kaya hindi siya kabilang sa crimes against person natin. Okay? Next, 13. Which of the following is not an evidence of a suicidal gunshot? Alin daw dyan ang hindi ebidensya ng isang suicidal gunshot? That is, presence of multiple gunshot wound. Nag-suicide ka na, malapit ka pang sugat. For example, binaril mo ulo mo. Bakit pangatlong beses ba kailangan barilin yung ulo mo para mamatay ka? Hindi na. Kaya isa yan, okay, isa sa mga hindi ebidensya dyan, si Charlie. Presence of multiple gunshot wound. Okay? Sige. Uy, may sagot na eh. In attempted or frustrated homicide, the offender must have the intent to kill. If there is no intent to kill, walang intent to kill daw, no intent to kill, the offender is liable for physical injury. Pero tatandaan pre ha, kahit physical injury ang kanyang na-inflict, tapos namatay yung tao, ang kaso doon homicide. Because, tatandaan nyo, sabi dyan, the law punishes the result, not the act. For example, si A, okay, binugbog si B. Binugbog si B ni A. Ngayon, ang punto niya, takpan lang, hindi patayin. What if si B, rest in peace, namatay? Anong ikakaso ni A? Ang kakaso ni A, homicide na. Bakit? Anong sabi ko? The law punishes the result, not the act. Kahit ang punto niya is, okay, gulpihin lang yung tao tapos biglang namatayan, hindi mo po pwedeng ikaso physical injury lang. Okay? Kasi namatay eh. Ano sabi ng Supreme Court o ng batas? The law punishes the result, not the act. Kahit ang punto mo ay magkandak ka lang ng physical injury sa tao, pero namatayan, ang kakaso mo pa rin homicide. Okay? Kahit wala kang intent to kill. Kasi, in a crime of homicide, the intent to kill is already presumed. Presumed na siya. Kaya, samuro, si A, binugbog si B. Ngayon, si B, hindi nakayanan yung kamao, kasi boksingero pa lang si A, namatay. Anong ang kaso ni A? Homicide na. Kahit ang intention niya is gulpihin lang. Kasi, the law punishes the result, not the act. Sa physical injury pre, walang intent to kill. Sa homicide, meron. Kaya, tatandaan yan. Kapag serious physical injury, ilang araw ngayon? Ilang araw? Treatment, need ng treatment, more than 30 days. More than 30 days. Okay? See? Oh. Ito, kailangan to ng analyzation. In the course of investigating the house where the stabbing took place, police found what to be bloodstains on the front door. May mga bloodstains. Since the unknown perpetrator and the victim who may die were both kept, their identities need to be established on the bloodstains. Paano na kukunin yung bloodstain? Bloodstain na yan. The correct answer for that is craft the stain into a white paper using a clean razor blade. Kukunin mo yung dugo na tumigas. Okay? Hindi mo siya po pwedeng gamitan ng tinatawag na saline solution kasi ginagamit niya or ginagawa na yan sa crime lab na. What would happen? Nag-apply ka ng saline solution sa crime scene, makukontaminate pa rin yung ebidensya. Kaya nga, ang kukunin mo lang doon yung dugong tumigas. Gagamit ka ng, white paper, nagagamit ka ng clean razor blade. Kukunin mo yun. Doon ka na magkakadak ng saline solution sa crime lab. Okay? Correct answer for that is Charlie. For example, may crime scene pre. May dugo ka nakita. Tumigas yung dugo. Nanigas. Hindi mo po pwede. Doon ka magkakadak ng saline solution. Lalagyan mo yan. Bakit? May chance pa rin na kahit lalagyan mo yun, titigas pa rin yan. Okay? Makukontaminate yung ebidensya. Ang gagawin mo lang, okay, gagamit ka ng clean razor blade. Okay, ilalagay mo sa isang papel na malinis. Tapos, ibibigay yan, isosurrender sa crime lab. Tapos, doon na nila i-examine. Hindi ka po pwedeng maglalagay ka ng solution sa crime scene. Bakit? Kasi posible pa na makontaminate yung ebidensya doon. Okay, kasi blood is considered as fragile evidence. Fragile evidence yan. Kailangan niya ng need extra care and protection. Okay, correct answer for that is Charlie. Scrap the stain into white paper using a clean razor blade. Next, uses of physical evidence. Exempt. alin dyan ang hindi daw gamit ng physical evidence? That is, alpha. Bakit? Kung meron ka nakitang kutsilyo dyan, okay? Makikita mo ba? Okay? Or malalaman mo ba kung sino yung pumatay? Okay? Or malalaman mo ba kung anong dahilan bakit siya pinatay? Hindi. Di ba? So, uses of physical evidence except alpha. Determine the cause of crime. For example, may pinatay. Ngayon, nakita mo na may patay. May physical evidence. May kutsilyo. May bangkay. Ngayon, as investigator, malalaman mo ba ang rason kung bakit siya pinatay? Hindi. Okay? So, yung physical evidence na yan, hindi niya makayang ipaliwanag kung ano yung motibo or ano yung rason bakit niya napatay yung tao. Okay? Yung tatlo na yan, identify, posible. Okay? Reconstruct the crime. Okay? And confirm or discredit an alibi. Okay? So, yung tatlo na yan, identify the perpetrator. For example, may fingerprint na nakita. Ebidensya yun. So, we can identify the perpetrator because of that fingerprint. No? And, for example, may mga point of exit, point of entry na nakita. We can reconstruct the crime scene. And lastly, we can confirm or discredit an alibi. For example, may nakita na footprints, tapos sinabi ng perpetrator, wala akong naiwan na bakas. Tapos may nakita. Posible siya mag-alibi. So, ang pinakamalayo talagang gamit dyan is alpha. Hindi mo malalaman kung ano ang rason ng perpetrator bakit nagawa yung krimen sa pamamagitan ng physical evidence. Yun yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. For example, ang physical evidence is may bangkay. Ngayon, nakita mo na may bangkay. Malalaman mo ba kung anong rason bakit niya pinatay yung tao? Hindi. Okay? So, the correct answer is alpha. Determine the cause of crime. Next. Ito. Delay ata. Bakit hindi nag-next dyan? Delay no? Delay na. 20 na dito eh. 18 pa dyan, no? Delay. Kailangan nating intayin. Kasi yung lang nasa iPad ko, ano na? Ayun, 20 na, oh. Yun na lang, ay. Delay kasi, delay. 20 na dito, tapos yun yung 18 pa. Okay? So yan, sabi dyan, May and June are husband and wife, mag-asawa. While working as security guard on video, June felt sick one night and decided to go home around midnight, and so May having sexual intercourse with a neighbor named August. Sabihin, yung asawa niya nakita na nagkikipag-sex sa kanyang kapitbahay. June grabbed August and hacked the latter to death. As an investigator, what crime, if any, would you charge against June? Ang tinanong pre, what crime? Kung meron mang krimen, ano ang ipapataw mo? Hindi ka po pwede mag-answer ng none. Bakit? Hindi mo pwede ilagay doon, bawal akong magkaso kasi asawa sila. Hindi mo pwede. Ang tinanong kasi, what crime, if any? Ang sagot dyan, homicide. Okay? Kapag ikaw investigator ka, kahit pasok yan sa Article 247 natin, okay? Hindi ka rin pwede magsabi na walang krimen. Bakit? Ang gagawin mo, magpapile ka ng kaso, ang magde-determine kung may krimen o wala, korte. Ha? Hindi po pwede na sasabihin mo, ay, ano pala? Nahuli niya pala yung kanyang asawa na nakikipag-sex sa iba. Walang kaso yan. Hindi pwede ganun. Kailangan mag-file ka. Ang ipapile mo dyan, homicide. Tapos, i-determine yan sa korte kung pasok pa siya sa Article 247 o hindi. So, the correct answer for that is homicide. Bakit? Wala namang qualifying circumstance na nakasabi. Pinatay lang yung kapitbahay. Pero, kung mapapatunayan, okay, mapapatunayan yan, si June, hindi siya makukulong. Kung mapapatunayan na papasok sa Article 247. Di ba ano yung Article 247? Death or physical injury inflicted under exceptional circumstance. Na kapag nakita mo yung asawa mo na nakikipag-sex sa iba, or yung anak mo na below 18, single, and living together sa'yo, pwede mo silang patayin. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun na kapag nagpa-file ka ng kaso, wala kang kaso ipapile. Ang magde-determine na doon, korte. The correct answer for that is homicide. Okay, kasi ang tinanong kung meron ng krimen, ano kaya? Kasi si Article 247 class, okay, hindi yan, okay, does not penalize a felony. Si Article 247, hindi yan krimen. Exceptional circumstance yan. Para yung exempting circumstance. So, hindi yan krimen. Ang tanong kasi, kung meron ng krimen, ano? Hindi ka po pwede mag-answer ng none. Okay? Kasi the moment na tinanong ka, anong krimen? Di ba? So, ang magde-determine dyan, kung meron ng krimen o wala, si korte na. Okay? So, the correct answer for that is homicide. Wala namang sinabi dyan na qualifying circumstance, kaya hindi ka pwedeng mag-murder. Hindi ka rin pwedeng mag-parricide kasi neighbor yung pinatay. Okay? The correct answer for that is homicide. Alam ko madaling nadali dito, pre. Siguro sa ilan sa inyo dito. Ang sagot, none. None, di ba? O, none. Titingnan nyo, ang tanong kasi, kung meron mang krimen, ano? Okay? As police investigator, kailangan ka mag-file. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin wala. Kailangan mag-file ka. Tapos si korte na magde-determine kung papasok ba siya sa Article 247 o hindi. Okay? Correct answer for that is homicide. Next. What is the crime committed if the offender killed a person whose age is less than 12 years of age? Ibig sabihin, tender age yung bata. So, anong sagot? Ano ng krimen kapag pinatay mo yung bata na less than 12 years old? The correct answer is, bravo, murder. If not attended by circumstances under Article 246. Si Article 246, pre, parricide yan. Kapag nagpatay ka ng bata na less than 12 years old, na hindi naman siya papasok sa parricide, murder yon. Okay? So, for example, pinatay mo yung kapitbahay mo, hindi naman kano-ano, tapos 11 years old yung bata, murder. Okay? Murder if not attended by circumstances under Article 246. Ang Article 246, pre, parricide yan. All about parricide. Okay. Next. 24. Oh, importante ito. Leo surreptitiously went into the premises of Levin, not, ibig sabihin, hindi niya alam, not knowing that Levin was inside the house. He burned the house that resulted in the death of Levin. Anong krimen ang ginawa ni Leo? Ha? Arson, murder, homicide, or arson with murder? Correct answer is arson lang. Bakit? Hindi niya alam, pre, na may tao. Ang purpose niya, sunugin yung bahay. Anong mangyayari sa death of Levin? Mangyayari, it will be considered as aggravating circumstance. Okay? Hindi ka po pwedeng magmumorder dyan. Bakit? Hindi niya alam na may tao. Pero kapag alam niya na may tao, okay, dyan ka lang magmumorder. Okay? Kapag alam niya na may tao sa bahay, tapos sinunog niya, magmumorder ka doon. Use of fire yon. Pero kapag hindi niya alam na may tao, arson ka lang. Ano mangyayari sa namatay? Aggravating circumstance lang. Okay? At least klaro tayo dyan, pre, ha? Not knowing or not knowing. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya alam. Now, we're gonna go to number 27. 27. The most reliable form of evidence in the hierarchy of evidence is, ano? Most reliable form. Okay? Pag sinabi natin most reliable form, ang tinutukoy lang dyan, pre, kay physical evidence. Ngayon, may nakikita ka bang physical evidence? Wala ka nakikita sa choices, pre, di ba? So, saan ka? Balikan natin itong tropam. Di ba? Tangible. Ano yan? Real. Object. Physical. Optic. And material. Oh, saan ba sa mga choices na yan papasok yung tropa? That is, real. That is the most reliable form of evidence. Okay? Testimonial, yan yung sinasabi, di ba? Verbal, it's either expert witness or ordinary witness. Si direct evidence naman, okay, yan yung kabaliktaran ng circumstantial evidence. Si documentary evidence naman, yung mga pictures, mga documents, okay? And kasali na din sa documentary evidence si CCTV footage. At least klaro tayo dyan, ha? So the most reliable form of evidence in the hierarchy of evidence is real evidence. Real evidence. Yan o. Lenny, with intent to kill, stab Sarah from the back. Okay, from the back. Record. Upon passing a dark alley, inflicting a mortal wound. Lenny, in an attempt to make a second attack, decided to turn back, leaving Sarah. What crime was committed by Lenny? Sinaksak niya daw sa likod. Sa likod. Tapos, nagkaroon ng mortal wound. Ano? That is frustrated murder. Hindi ka po pwedeng mag-attempted dyan. Bakit? Sinaksak na yung tao eh. Mortal wound oh. Okay? Mortal wound pre. Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang mamatay. Okay? Mag-attempted ka lang kapag, okay, kapag non-mortal wound. And, okay, hindi mo na-execute yung natawag natin na act. Does not execute. Hindi mo na-execute yung act. Does not execute the act. Okay? To produce. Ano na to magre-read? To produce the felony. Yan o. Treachery yan, pre. Sinaksa ka pa talikod, treachery yan. Okay? Pag sinabing treachery, that is the circumstance na hindi mo hinahayaan na makapagdepensa yung sarili mo o yung biktima. Yan yung treachery. Ngayon, sinaksak talikod, mortal wound. Siyempre, attempted. Hindi ka pwedeng magko-consummated. Bakit? Hindi naman siya namatay. Magko-consummated ka lang kapag namatay siya. Okay? The correct answer for that is frustrated murder. Hindi ka po pwedeng mag-serious physical injury. Bakit? Kasi meron siyang intent to kill. Imagine mo, sinaksak mo sa likod, physical injury lang gusto mo. Okay? Correct answer for that is frustrated murder. Mortal wound kasi, pre. Next. In some investigations involving firearms, a determination of whether the death was homicidal, suicide, or accidental is difficult. In making such determination, the distance of the discharge is of great importance. Majority of suicidal and accidental gunshot cases, arm's length discharges are involved. Accordingly, if the wound indicates discharge beyond the victim's length, beyond the victim's length, it is blank. What crime? What causes of crime? What causes of death? Beyond. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya kayang abutin. Okay? Hindi niya abot. Beyond. That is homicide. Kasi beyond eh. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya kontrolado. Kaya mas malayo sa kanya. Hindi niya kayang abutin. Kaya, homicide yan. Posibleng binaril siya sa malayo. Kasi nga, beyond eh. Kapag kontrolado niya yan, posibleng suicidal. Pero beyond kasi, ibig sabihin, medyo malayo. Okay? Or hindi kayang abutin ng kanyang kamay or katawan. That is beyond the victim's length. Ibig sabihin dyan, homicide. Homicide tayo. 4 lang naman yan eh. Walang murder, pre. Walang murder. Nas. Diba? NASH. Yan yung apat, four types of death, causes of death. NASH. Okay? Natural, accidental, suicidal, and homicidal. Okay? Beyond the victim's length, hindi kayang abot. Okay, correct answer for that is homicide. Yan. A condition of a woman or a female who has not experienced delay talaga. A condition of a female who has not experienced sexual intercourse. Not experienced sexual intercourse. Whose genital organs have not been altered by carnal connection. That is virginity. Walang experience pre ng sex, wala virginity yan. Kapag declaration, yan yung kasalungat ng virginity. Okay? Experience. Ibig sabihin, kapag declaration, hymen, okay, it's rapture. Rapture. Okay, rapture na yung hymen pre sa declaration. Okay? So, ang tawag sa condition ng babae na wala pang karanasan sa sex, okay, hindi pa siya nagalaw, virginity yan. Ang kabaligtaran naman yan, declaration. Okay? So, at least klaro tayo dyan pre ha. Okay. Ano na bang nangyayari dito? Ba't napaka-delay? You know. Kailangan pa siya i-double click tapos makikita niya na yung sagot. Kasi delay. Okay lang yan. Sige. Which of the following is not one of the characteristics of entrance, gunshot wound, entrance wound, not. Entrance ang tinatanong. Tatandaan niyo lang kapag entrance pre, okay, that is inverted. Okay, inverted. Ito yung entrance. Kapag exit naman, exit wound, inverted. Okay, correct answer is Charlie. Bakit inverted? Kasi exit wound yan. Exit wound. Okay, si entrance naman, inverted. Okay, for example, ito yung pre, ito yung body, for example, ito yung body katawan. Kapag exit wounds, yung wounds niya, gutay-gutay na, parang ganon. May mga ganon, walang irregular shape. Pero kapag entrance wound, medyo papasok yan. Pag ganon, no? Inverted. Parang ganon, may shape siya. Okay? Kapag inverted naman, exit wounds, parang gutay-gutay na siya. Wala na siyang definite shape. Kasi nga, palabas na yung bala eh. Hindi pa siya pa-penetrate. Okay? So, yan yung ibig sabihin yan. Correct answer is Charlie. Bakit? Si inverted pre, inverted, exit yan. Exit one. Kapag inverted naman, entrance one yan. Yung tatlo na yan, A, B, tsaka D. Okay? Characteristics yan ng gunshot entrance one. Yan o, smudging. Example, binaril ka, may nakakita kang mga smudging. Okay? May mga tattooing na dumidikit yung powder. Entrance wound yan. Okay? And gunpowder ba mismo ng baril? The answer for that is inverted. Next, an injury caused by exposure of certain parts of the body to cold temperature. Cold. Okay? Causing cold stiffening. Ito, necrosis, gangrene, and pallor. Ano na mangyayari o ano tawag sa part ng katawan na kapag exposed sa malamig, nagkakos ng cold stiffening, necrosis, gangrene, and pallor. Parang mamamaga siya. Ang tawag doon, that is frostbite. Okay, frostbite ang tawag. Kapag trench foot pre, kapag trench foot, okay, makikita yan sa mga person walking in snow. Okay, makikita yan sa mga tao na naglalakad sa snow na walang takip yung kanilang paa, trench foot. Kapag ano naman, scald, because of hot liquid yan. Okay, scald. Kapag burn, dry heat. Okay, hot liquid kapag scald. burn, dry heat, dry heat. Okay? So, kasabi ko no, cold stiffening, necrosis, gangrene, pallor. Okay? So, that is frostbite. Frostbite yan, frostbite. Frostbite yan, bravo yan, bravo. Now, we're gonna go to number 40. This vascular change upon death lasts about 20 to 30 minutes and characterized by the relaxation of the muscles. Yan o. Keyword nyo pre, relaxation of the muscle. Kapag nakita mo yan, relaxation of the muscle, okay, and their natural tone, that is what we call as the stage of primary placidity. Si post-mortem rigidity pre, tinatawag yan na rigor mortis. Okay, nangyayari yan 3 to 6 hours after death. Okay, and fully developed yan, fully developed sa katawan, 12 hours. Si post-mortem rigidity. Yan yung tinatawag natin na rigor mortis. Yan yung ibang katawagan pre ng rigor mortis, post-mortem rigidity. Kapag naman cadaveric spasm, ang tatandaan nyo dyan, okay, this is instantaneous. Okay, due to intense nervous tension. Okay? Si cadaveric spasm, instantaneous rigidity yan. Okay? Nangyayari yan sa mga suicidal cases. And ang naninigas dyan, pre, is only certain group of muscles. Si cadaveric spasm, paninigas din yan. Yun nga lang, kaya nangyayari lang yan kadalasan sa mga suicidal cases. Okay? Example, binaril mo yung ulo mo. Pagkabaril mo dyan, hindi mo na kayang kunin yung kamay. Naninigas na yan agad. Maninigas na yan agad. Ang tawag dyan, cadaveric spasm. Okay? Nangyayari yan kapag mga suicidal cases. And ang involved na muscles is only certain group. Certain group of muscles ang involved. Cadaveric spasm. The secondary placidity naman, okay, this is a type of muscular change na kung saan the body or the muscles no longer, ito yung keyword, no longer responds to electrical stimuli. Ibig sabihin, kahit mag-a-apply pa tayo ng kuryente dyan, hindi na magre-react. Kasi, nagkakaroon ng secondary placidity. Yung muscles natin napaka-soft na. Okay? Yan o, no longer responds or reacts of electrical stimuli. Yan yung ating secondary placidity. Okay? Kapag stage of primary placidity ha, relaxation of the muscles. Okay? And capable of contracting. Capable of contracting pa yan. Okay, so si post-mortem rigidity, rigor mortis, nangyayari ilang oras? 3 to 6 hours after death. Fully developed, 12 hours. Kapag si cadaveric spasm, tinatawag din niya na instantaneous rigidity. Okay, dahil sa nervous tension, nangyayari kadalasan si cadaveric saan? Suicidal cases. And ang involved dyan is only certain group of muscles. Okay, and the secondary placidity, yan yung mangyayari na kung saan the muscles no longer responds to electrical stimuli. Okay? Next. Hindi talaga siya napaka-delay talaga. Kailangan pa natin i-click para mag-double siya, makita. Sige lang. Okay. Pulverization of the body into shape with the use of intense heat. Ibig sabihin, pinupulbos natin. Ginagawa nating abo. Ang tawag dyan pa rin, cremation. Kapag sinabi nating exhumation, that is the removal of dead body. Okay? From the grave. Or Okay? So kapag exhumation, pre, that is the removal of dead body from the grave for medical examination. Okay? So kapag cremation, pulverization of the body. Pulverization yan, pulverization. Kapag charring naman, ibig sabihin, burn, sunog. Okay, burn, sunog. Yan. Makinig. Sa exhumation, pre, meron kayong dalawang iintindihin dyan. Okay? It's either 3 years and 5 years. Kinig. Kapag namatay yung tao dahil sa non-communicable disease, pwede mo siyang kunin sa loob, okay, or after 3 years. Kailangan ka mag-antay ng 3 years bago mo siya pwede kunin. Okay, kapag communicable. Pero kapag namatay yung tao dahil sa communicable disease, okay, kailangan mo pang mag-antay ng 5 taon para bago mo siya kunin. Kapag namatay siya dahil sa communicable disease. Pero kapag non-communicable disease, 3 years lang aantayin mo. Okay? Butante yan sa exhumation yan. Okay? Next. Butante to. In this state, keyword, a ligature is applied. A ligature is applied around the base of a finger with moderate tightness. In a living person, appears a bloodless zone at the site of the application of the ligature. If such ligature is applied to the finger of a dead man, there is no such change in color. Ang tawag dyan, Magnus test. Yan yung parang meron tayong rubber band na ilalagay sa ating finger. Titingnan natin kung meron pa bang circulation ng dugo. Okay? So ano yung diaphanous, sir? Ang diaphanous, pre, yan yung, okay, fingers are spread. Okay? And paiilawan niya ng strong light. Strong light. Okay? We will use strong light. Fingers are spread. Ginagano natin. Paiilawan natin ng strong light. Ang tawag dyan, diaphanous. Kapag eye card spray, ano yan? There is injection of fluorescein substance. Ayan lang, tatandaan nyo, importante ito. Okay? Kapag the eye cards, meron tayong i-inject na substance. Kapag maging greenish yellow, ibig sabihin buhay ka. Kakalat yan eh. Kapag naman diaphanous, isi-spread mo lang yung finger mo. Tapos paiilawan yan. No? Paiilawan, tapos kapag red, buhay ka. Kapag walang kulay or yellow, patay ka. Okay? So dito sa test na to, okay, there is ligature, apply of ligature. Next. Which of the following is not among the methods of detecting blood circulation in the body? Blood circulation, tapos not. Ibig sabihin, sagot dyan, Winslow. Bakit? Si Winslow, pre, pasaan yan sa respiration. Si Winslow test, hindi yan for blood circulation. Okay, not kasi yung hinahanap eh. Kasi si Winslow test, ginagamit for respiration. Yan yung magkakaroon tayo ng isang saucer na parang glass, lalagyan ng tubig. Ilalagay sa chest, tapos may mercury. Okay? Tapos paiilawan ng artificial light. Kapag may paggalaw sa tubig, buhay ka. Ang tawag doon, Winslow test. Ginagamit yan sa respiration natin. Respiration. Next. Napaka-delay talaga. Oh, putik. Oh, kailangan pa talagang i-double click. Sige lang. As a criminal investigator, your primary duty is to establish the following facts. Except, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, natapos na to. Hindi mo na kailangan alamin yung damage to the victim. Bakit? Si korte na bahala dyan. Okay? So, yung tatlo, corpus delicti, modus operandi, and the identity of the perpetrator, kailangan natin yung malaman. Okay? So, importante yan ha. Correct answer for that is delta. Hindi yan kabilang sa trabaho ng isang criminal investigator. Wala nang tanong, oh. As the investigator in case, the physical evidence found at the crime scene is best described as those that, ano daw ang kalagahan ng physical evidence? It will explain what have happened in a crime. Okay? Because of the certain evidence na nakita natin, posibility natin na magkakaroon tayo ng ideya kung anong nangyari, anong krimen. For example, ang physical evidence nakita is patayan na may namatay. So, ibig sabihin, talagang patayan yung involved of killing. So, ganun yun. For example, may mga dugo na nakita. For example, may nasaksak siguro. Okay? May explain natin kung anong nangyari. Okay? That is delta. Oh. What is referred to as the dissection and the examination of body in order to determine the cause of death. Sinabing dissection, ibig sabihin parang may hiwa. Incision. Okay? Incision. Ang tawag dyan, that is autopsy. Okay? Autopsy. Incision. Okay? May hiwa, pre. And ginagamit si autopsy sa human. Ano naman ang necropsy? The same lang yan ang concept ng autopsy, yun nga lang ginagamit sa hayop. Animal. Necropsy. Si biopsy naman, ano yan, pre? That is the removal of body cells for examination. So, si biopsy, pre, removal yan of body cells. No? Yan kinukuha ng body cells. Tinitingnan kung cancerous ba yung cells natin. Biopsy ang tawag dyan. So, exhumation, alam nyo na yan. Removal of dead body. Okay? From the grave. Exhumation ang tawag yan. Okay, yung kinukuha natin. Di ba nakadepende yun sa taon? It's either ang tao namatay sa communicable disease. Okay? 5 years ang ihintayin mo. Kapag ano naman, namatay sa non-communicable disease, 3 years lang siya. Okay, yan. While examining the body of the victim, you notice a special wound in the body reflected by the specific weapon. Kung ano na yung ginamit na weapon, tumatak. Okay? So, anong uri ng special type of wound yan? That is pattern. Tatlo kayo eh. Special type wound. Tatlo yan. Special types of wounds. Tatlo yan, pre. Una dyan, natawag natin na defense wound. Yung pangalawa, pre, tinatawag na pattern wound. Okay? And yung isa, tawag doon, self-inflicted wound. Tatlo yan, kapag defense wound, because of self-protection. Nagkasugat ka kasi didepensahan mo yung sarili mo. Okay? That is defense wound. Kapag pattern wound naman, okay, shape of the instrument. Yan ang tinanong ko. Kung ano yung ginamit, pumorma yung shape. Okay? And self-inflicted wound, syempre, nagsusugat ka sa sarili mo. Okay? So, correct answer for that is pattern wound. Si Kupre, saka si Kontrikov, discuss natin yan later. Yan yung tinatawag natin na classifications of wounds according to the site of injury. Mamaya. Sige, pattern muna, reflected by the specific weapon. Next. Lumabas ito ng recent board exam. The stiffening of the muscles of the body because of chemical changes is blank. Stiffening of the muscle. Ano yan, pre? Rigor, Edgar, Algor, Libor. Rigor mo, di siyempre. Si Edgar, yan yung kapitbahay mo. Huwag mo nang isali yan. Si Algor, pre, cooling of the body. Cooling of the body. Ligor naman, discoloration. Ang normal na kulay, pre, purple, ng libidity natin. Okay? So, si Rigor, ha? Tatandaan, Rigor. Anong meron kay Rigor? It will determine the length of time. Okay? Length of time yung kanyang dinedetermine. Kung kailan namatay yung tao, ilang oras na mapatay yung tao. Okay, nangyayari din si rigor pre 3 to 6 hours after death. Okay, tatandaan, si rigor mortis, nangyayari yan 3 to 6 hours after death. And 12 hours fully developed. Okay, yan yung rigor mortis natin. Si livor, siyempre, livor, nangyayari din yan 3 to 6 hours. And 12 hours fully developed. Kasi the same lang yan sila ni rigor ng oras. Okay, rigor mortis. Stiffening of the muscles. Meron kayong tatandaan kay Algor pre, ilang degree Fahrenheit yung pagbaba para patay yung tao? 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? So yan yun. Natin yung malaman kay rigor, algor, tsaka livor. Next, the stiffening of the body caused by severe trauma. Sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, severe trauma due to nervous tension, system of intense stress, that is cadaveric spasm. Kapag post-mortem lividity naman, yun yung kanina, livor mortis. Discoloration pa rin yan. Okay, cadaveric spasm. Yan yun, livor, post-mortem lividity, and livor mortis is the same. Rigor naman, kakadiscuss lang natin, stiffening of the muscle. Okay? So, severe because of severe trauma, nanigas yung katawan, that is cadaveric spasm. Next. We're gonna go to number 59. Which of the following is a blunt force injury caused by dragging the tears off the tissue, often by very forceful blunt instrument? Blunt ang ginamit, matitigas ng mga instrument. Blunt instrument, that is, siyempre, correct answer for that is lacerations. Okay? Kapag abrasions, pre, gas-gas lang yan, gas-gas. Okay? Okay? Superficial layer lang ng skin. Mga gas-gas lang yan. Kapag contusion naman, ano yan? Pasa. Okay? There is what we call effusion of blood. Effusion of blood yan, contusions. Effusions of blood. Kapag punctures, okay, mga punctured wound, ang ginamit dyan, pre, sharp pointed instrument. Okay? So, ang tawag sa sugat na kung saan, okay, ang ginamit is mga sharp-pointed instrument, punctured wound yan. Okay? So, lacerations, kasi nga blunt yung ginamit. Blunt instruments. Next. Criminal investigation of homicide or murder is discovery process. The investigator seeks to discover and document the following important facts except alin ang hindi kasali na kailangan i-document ng isang investigator. Hindi kasali yung siyempre, yung bravo. Nag-iimbestiga ka, tapos magpipicture ka. Wala nang confidentiality yun. Okay? So yan, correct answer for that is bravo. Next. Death resulting from asphyxia. Ano nga yun asphyxia, pre? Yan yung nawawalan ka na ng oxygen. No? Deficiency of oxygen. So, death resulting from asphyxia are due to alpha. Sudden or gradual cessation of oxygen. Okay, tatanda na. Asphyxia, common reason. Okay, reasons. Fire deaths. Bakit daw maraming namamatay? Okay, because of asphyxia. Nawawala na ng oxygen. Okay? Next. The following are agreed reasons why many contemporary investigators argue that success of most criminal investigation begin at the crime scene except na naman, alin daw hindi kasali dyan? Correct answer is Charlie. Okay? It is at the crime scene where vital information can be learned. Hindi sa crime scene natin nalalaman yung mga vital information. Nalalaman natin yan because of mga lectures, mga seminars. Okay? Hindi yan nalalaman sa crime scene. The moment na pumunta ka sa crime scene, alam mo na kung anong hahanapin mo. Okay? Alam mo na kung anong gagawin mo. Because that is already learned. Okay? Natutunan na natin yan. Dati pa, bago tayo nag-conduct ng investigation. So, yung A, B, saka D, tama yan lahat. Okay? Tama yan lahat. Next, 65. Ito. In the course of your investigation, you noticed that the physical injury was not located at the site. Hindi na-locate sa site of the application of force. At wala din sa opposite site. Oh. Wala din sa opposite. Ibig sabihin, wala sa site, wala din sa opposite. But in some areas that offer least resistance to force. What kind of injury is this? That is what we call as the locus minoris resistencia. Okay? Tatandaan mo lang, pre, kapag contrico, okay, injury was located at the site of force. Okay? Wala pong kudita, pre, ha? Wala yan. Okay? Kudita yan eh. Kapag contrico, okay? Pag sinabing coup contrico located at the site yung injury and opposite side. Kapag coup contrico pa, located sa dalawa. Doon sa site and the opposite side kung saan na-apply yung pwersa. Nakalocate. Kapag locus minoris resistencia, not located sa dalawa. It's either the opposite and the side kung sa-apply na-apply yung pwersa. Ang tatandaan mo lang dyan, pre, kaya hindi not located, loko. Kasi niloloko mo lang daw. Di ba? Akala ko ba, nabagok yung ulo mo, bakit yung leeg masakit? Niloloko mo lang ako, Kaya locus. So, ibig sabihin, kapag locus, not located, doon sa side, and also the opposite side. Okay? So, correct answer for that is delta. Next. If the intention of the offender is to burn a property, intention is to burn a property. Sunugin. But such burning resulted to the death of another person, the crime committed is, ang purpose niya pre, sunugin lang. Hindi niya alam na may tao. So, anong sagot? Arson lang. Okay? Pag murder lang ka lang, or kapag alam ng tao na may tao sa loob, tapos sinunog. Murder yon. Pero kapag hindi niya alam na may tao, ang gusto niya lang is to burn the property, that is arson. Okay? Walang arson with homicide, wala yan. Ekis yan, pre. Ekis. Okay? Stick tayo sa arson. Anong mangyayari sa death, pre? Anong mangyayari dyan? Aggravating circumstance. So, tatanda na, aggravating circumstance yan. Next, which is the word produced by sharp-pointed? Sinabi ko kanina, sharp-pointed, matutulis na bagay. Ano yan? That is punctured bone. Kapag lacerated, blunt instrument. Tatandaan na, blunt. Kapag incise naman, okay, sharp edge. Mga kutsilyo, mga blade, mga ganon, sharp edge instrument. Okay, kapag punctured, sharp pointed, and stop. Ano yung stop, pre? Stop. Sharp pointed and sharp edge instrument. Okay, so yan. Kapag stop, sharp pointed and sharp edge instrument yan. Kapag naman incise, sharp edge instrument, and lacerated, blunt instrument. Okay? So, ang tanong kasi, sharp pointed, matutulis, mga ice pick, ganon, mga screwdriver, sinaksakan ng ice pick, sinaksakan ng screwdriver, matutulis yon. Ang tawag doon sa sugat is punctured wound. Now, how many hours can rigor mortis be usually detected after death? Ilang oras yon? Sabi ko sa inyo kanina. Ilang oras magkakaroon? That is 3 to 6 hours. 3. Okay? Rigor mortis pre, mangyayari yan 3 to 6 hours. Okay? Ilang oras fully developed? Fully developed, 12 hours. Fully developed. 12 oras, fully developed yung ating rigor mortis. Next, ito. Importante ito, dalawa. This approach in the investigation is contrary to the former as it starts from general to specific, such that investigators were first looking at the body of the crime before proceeding with the individual evidence as to how the crime was committed. Okay, contrary daw to general to specific. Anong uri yan ng reasoning? That is what we call as the deductive approach. Okay? The deductive approach. Ito namang inductive pre specific to general. Okay? Number 6. Considering the highly technical knowledge of forensic science, it is also the duty of the forensic scientist to provide expert testimonials in court. Okay, nakadepende yan pre. It's either you are an ordinary witness and expert witness. Isa kang ordinary witness if you have do not have knowledge. Tawag na dito, patient, physician, relationship. Okay? Kapag expert witness naman, ito yung mga tinatawag na mga may relevant knowledge. Skill, training. Okay? So, yan yung expert witness natin. So, ang trabaho ng mga forensic scientists is magbibigay sila ng expert testimonial sa korte. Okay? So, matatawag ka na ordinary witness if meron kang alam, pero hindi ganun siya ka-specified. Hindi siya ganun ka-expert. Okay? Example dyan, patient-physician relationship. Example, yung tao na pa-check up lang sa'yo. Kung ano yung sakit niya, iti-testify mo sa korte, ikaw na doktor ka, ordinary witness ka lang. Pero kapag ikaw na isa kang doktor, magaling ka sa autopsy, 10 taon ka lang nag-autopsy, ikaw yung nag-explain sa korte kung paano namatay yung tao, ang tawag sa'yo, expert witness. Because you have relevant knowledge, skills, and trainings. Yan kaibahan ng dalawa. Okay? Next. Mr. Barton was caught stealing the personal belongings of Mr. Rogers, particularly a pail of paint. When Mr. Barton fled together with the stolen item, he did not notice that there was a hole, may butas, yung pintura, lalagyan ng pintura, that caused a continuous dropping of the paint. These drops of paint are example of physical evidence that is considered as, drops of paint. Ano yan? That is considered as tracing evidence. Tracing yan, pre. Because, kapag sinabing tracing, it will help or assist the investigator to locate the suspect. Dahil doon sa mga drops of paints na yon, posible nating malocate kung saan yung identity or location ng suspect. Again, kapag associative, ano yan, pre? Link. Link to the suspect. Kapag corpus delicti naman, body of the crime. Okay, ito yung mag-prove that a crime really committed. Okay? So yan yun, corpus delicti. Drops of paint spray, that is tracing evidence. Yan. O, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, the lifting or removal of the dead body for the conduct of medical examination. Ano tawag doon? Ha? Removal of the dead body, that is exhumation. Interment prayer is putting of the dead body, putting of the dead body into the grave. The interment din, tinatawag din niya na burial or inhumation. The exhumation naman, tinatawag din yan as exterment. Okay? Or exhumation. Okay? Exterment na tawag din dyan. Autopsy naman. Okay? Anong meron dyan? Comprehensive examination of dead body. Ibig sabihin, internal. Okay? Internal lang ating tinitingnan kapag autopsy. There is already incision. Ibig sabihin ng incision, may hiwa. Okay? Kasi tinitingnan natin ang ang internal na organs niya kung bakit siya namatay. Autopsy yun. Kapag post-mortem naman, examination, ang ibig sabihin lang naman dyan is external examination. Of the dead body. Ibig sabihin, panglabas lang ang ating, ini-examine. Ang tawag doon, post-mortem examination. Okay? Next, 92. Maria hates that she got pregnant when she was only 12. Tapos na to kanina Okay? So, anong sagot dito, 3-year-old son. Tapos Ringo. Si Ringo yung may that is infanticide. Bakit? 3 hours old. Ang infanticide, less than 72 hours yan. Baka kasi nalito kayo na 3 hours o 3 hours old son. So, anong krimen? Ang ginawa ni Ringo? Infanticide. Kasi nga 3 hours Ang infanticide, less than 72 hours or 3 days. Ibig sabihin ng less than, hindi umabot. Tapos 3 hours Hindi ka na pa pwede na murder. 3 hours na Huwag mo nang isipin kung sino pumatay. Basta ang bata is less than 72 hours, automatic na yan infanticide. Okay? Infanticide yan. 3 hours old. Next, a type of libidity in which the blood is still fluid. Keyword, blood is still fluid. Form inside blood vessels. Changes as position of the body changes. Blood remains fluid in the blood vessel for 6 to 8 hours. Anong uri ng libidity? Na kung saan daw, ang blood is still fluid. That is what we call as the hypostatic libidity. Kapag diffusion libidity, yan yung the blood is diffused. Ibig sabihin, yung dugo nanigas na. Okay? Any movement will not change the color of the libidity. Kasi yung dugo is diffuse. Pero kapag yung dugo fluid pa, kasi 6 to 8 hours, yung dugo natin fluid pa yan, ang tawag doon, hypostatic libidity. Okay? Si postmortem libidity naman, discoloration lang naman yan. Okay? So, ito yung kanyang dalawang uri. Next, postmortem rigidity, yung stiffening of the muscles. Rigor mortis ang tawag yan. 94. Evidence of violence characterized by the removal of the, superficial epithelial layers of the skin because of friction daw. Gas-gas. Anong tawag dyan? That is abrasions. Okay? Kasi nga, ang involved lang is yung outer skin niya. Yan superficial epithelial layer of the skin brought about by friction against a hard surface. Kakaroon yan gas-gas. Okay? Because of friction sa skin mo tsaka sa hard surface. Anong tawag doon? That is abrasions. Kapag makita mo hematoma, makikita mo yung tinatawag na circums, okay, kapag ano naman, hematoma, that is, tawag dito, circumscribe. Okay, circumscribe extravasation or effusion of blood. Saan? Makikita mo in the newly formed cavity. Kapag makita mo yung word na newly formed cavity, hematoma na yan. Okay? That is the circumscribed extravasation of blood or effusion of blood in the newly formed cavity. Yan yung parang merong ibang shape na na mapupunos yung ating katawan. Example, sinuntok ka, di ba? Nasuntok ka ng ng kamao ni Pacquiao, lumobo yung dito mo, hematoma ang tawag niyan. Okay? So, si contusion, pasa, abrasion naman, gas, pattern wound, yan yung special type of wound na kung saan yung shape ng instrument is nag-reflect doon sa parte ng katawan natin. Okay? Okay, anong sagot nyo dyan? Number 96. When carbon monoxide is present daw, may carbon monoxide. Yung kanina, absent yon. Ngayon, present. When carbon monoxide is present in the blood of the dead body found in a burn structure, this will be strong circumstantial evidence that the person is alive before the fire began. Kasi nga present, may present eh. Sabihin, mayroong spotting ng carbon monoxide. Hindi absent. Kaya, present to. Si alpha, kapag absent, present eh. Okay? So that is Bravo. Was alive before the fire began. Kasi nga, merong present. Present yung kanyang carbon monoxide, spotting sa dugo niya. Kaya, alpha yan. 98, considered to be the beginning of any homicide investigation. Ito yung beginning. Dito na nagsimula. Okay? Correct answer for that is alpha. We need to know the accurate cause of death. Kasi, makinig, si homicide investigation, mangyayari yan na kapag the nature of crime or the cause of death is believed to be unlawful. Magkakaroon lang tayo ng homicide investigation kapag ang rason kung bakit namatay yung isang tao is believed to be unlawful. Ibig sabihin, merong foul play. Papasok si homicide investigation. Kaya nga, kailangan nating malaman yung accurate cause of death niya. Kasi kapag ang namatay yung tao dahil lang sa sakit, dahil sa aksidente, dahil sa suicide, wala nang homicide investigation doon. Okay? Kailan lang papasok si homicide investigation? Kapag the death of the person surrounds, is believed to be unlawful. So yung kamatayan ng isang tao, kung meron man niyang posibleng circumstances na maniniwala tayo na unlawful, magkakaroon ng homicide investigation. Pero kapag natural lang, accidental or suicidal yung rason, bakit namatay, wala nang homicide investigation. Okay? Correct answer for that is alpha. 99. It is a kind of wound where the instrument persists a solid organ as well as the inner structure of the body. Inner structure of the body daw. Okay? Ang tawag dyan, that is penetrating. A penetrating, may means of entry, may entry, but no exit. So, ibig sabihin, ano lang siya, merong penetration, pero hindi tumagos. Kasi kapag perforating, there is already entrance wound and exit. Pag sinabing perforating, tumagos. Okay, tumagos ang tawag ang term dyan. No? Merong point of entry, tapos tumagos, may point of exit. Ang tawag doon, perforating. Kapag laceration, yung kanina, naalala nyo kanina, blunt instrument yan. Okay? And kapag petechiae naman, prescribe extravasation of blood. Petechiae yan yung parang may ano, mga mga red spots sa skin natin. Petechiae ang tawag. Okay? Last number, 100, a muscular change characterized by the softness of the muscle. Sanabi ko kanina, no longer responds to mechanical or electrical stimulus due to dissolution of protein. Ano ang tawag dyan? That is the stage of secondary placidity. Kasi si stage of primary response pa yan. Okay? Yan. No longer responds to mechanical or electrical stimulus. Hindi na siya nagre-respond. That is delta. Okay? So, tirahin natin si DI3 mamaya. Mag-lunch muna kayo. Okay? So, everybody stand po for a prayer. Kaya na muna tayo, pati online na, kaya na muna tayo. Okay, everybody stand po for a prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.